How you doing, fellas?
Hey, hey.
Not bad, not bad.
Pretty bad. How was the Monday after Super Bowl? You guys feel okay?
I did well. I did well. I had a 4-hour drive ahead of me, but I survived it.
That's good. How about you there, Chef?
Um, I was just really tired, man.
Yeah, I worked from home
What about you?
the next day. I worked from home the next day. It was rough, man. Like my alarm went off, and I was like, shit, I'm not. This isn't happening. So, I got some news for you guys. You want the good news or the bad news first?
Are you
I feel
pregnant?
like I already know what it is.
I feel like you don't. All right, you tell me what you think it is. Go ahead, Jeff.
Um,
Since you're the know-all.
I feel like maybe this is number 14 on the breakup or what?
No, not that. Well, I guess it's kind of a breakup. Goose, you got any guesses on this?
Could it be you broke up with your employer?
Something like that. So the good news is that I'll be able to work on this show full time for a while.
That fucking sucks, man. Sorry.
Yeah, man. The bad news is that I was reduced. They actually went with a reduction in force. So I got laid off. Yeah, kind of sucks. But I mean, I got a
Weren't
nice.
you looking for that though?
Kind of, yeah. So I got a severance, and I knew it was going to happen, right? So it's one of those situations where I've been kind of preparing for it, and I knew that it was coming. Didn't really know when it was coming. So it just so happened to be today. So my boss emailed me, and he was like, "Hey, you ready to get on this phone call? We have a one-on-one schedule." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Here's my office line. Why don't you call me there?" And he was like, how about I call you on your cell phone?" And I was like, "All right, let's do that." He called me on my cell phone. So he calls me on my cell phone, and he's like, "Hey, this is your boss. I'm here with an HR manager." And that's kind of, what I mean?
Setting the table.
Like, oh yeah. And I was like, all right, here we go. And then they were like, "Hey, we're gonna send you something to your personal email." I give my personal email. They send it to me, and I didn't get it. So they're like, we're gonna go ahead and send it to your work email. So I'm like, all right. So I try to log into my work email, and they had already blocked me out of it. I'm like, you guys really need to kind of get this figured out. So yeah, it's been and that was like a couple hours ago. So like you
Have you been
said,
drinking?
yeah, a little bit, yeah. So man, I
Right
loved
on.
working for the place, but yeah, I felt like it was one of those things where it was it was gonna happen. It was a matter of
Yeah.
when and not if. That makes sense. So
Yep.
Right.
severance helped for sure. That's gonna give me a couple
Well,
months
still sucks to hear.
eh, it is what it is. Now I can focus on this because this is my big money making machine. From
It's a good thing gas is only $1 a gallon.
well, guess what? Them pedals are free, son. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I meant for me to come pick you up.
oh, okay. And yeah, the train station is right down the road. There's a bus stop right outside my house, so I feel like I can still get around. But I guess that, the biggest part whenever you have to deal with something like this, and I'm sure you guys kind of dealt with it whenever you move from station to station or started a new position, is that the biggest thing for me was I really enjoyed the people that I worked with. You know what I mean? And that
Mhm.
was that's what made it worth going into work every day for the most part, especially the last couple months, is that I got to see people that, we've all kind of gone through this together. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you guys got, what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I understand what
Any,
you're saying.
which, was there one in particular that, like, as soon as, whenever you left your post or your station or whatever the hell you call it, you guys were like, well, this shit's going to suck.
I definitely have to say California was probably the most. When I was in California, I made a lot of good friends. Some were in the military, some were not. That
Is
I,
this right
you know,
out
I
of
can.
boot camp or?
No, this is why I was stationed out there, my first duty station, and we all got really close, and we all partied together and hung out together, and had some really good times. It was kind of like my first time in the military, being in the Marine Corps, and just made a lot of really close friends that I consider family. And it kind of sucked leaving those guys. This part of it, and you kind of that going into it, but at the end of the day, it still sucks.
I hear you.
I don't have to say, in the Marine Corps, I don't think it was nearly as bad. we kind of got used. We went through 3 deployments where I was at, and we kind of got used to not everybody coming home, or not everybody going on deployments with us. And yeah, we'd get close with some families or whatever, neighbors and whatnot. But I mean, at the end of the day, when they say you got to go, you got to go. So it was always kind of at an arm's distance. You get close to some families, some friends like that, but knowing that if they're going to better their career, better themselves, eventually they're going to have to move on, and so are you. So when it comes to the Marine Corps, I don't think it wasn't as bad as when I got out and I started working for a couple of different restaurants, managing them. And anybody who's been in the service industry knows that you spend more time with those employees and them guys as a family than your own family, really. So you spend 60, 80 hours a week with these people, and you get to know why these people can't work on Tuesdays or Thursdays because they got their kids or they're in school or stuff like that. So
their menses are synced up.
Yeah, so Shark Week's terrible. But I called it Shark Week because it was horrid. But yeah, I mean, so it's those people come to depend on you, and then when they when something happens in their life and they got to go, or even ownership or whatever the restaurant, and you want to part your ways because you guys disagree on some things, it really sucked. Feeling like you're letting those people down, or letting those people go, or leaving those people, that sucked. I think more so than the Marine Corps. Because I still keep in contact with a lot of my buddies and a lot of people I was in the service with, and it's like we don't need to talk to each other every day or every week, and we can still pick up where we left off.
Right.
But not the other way around for the civilian sector.
I hear you. Good. Well, it's one of those things, right? It's a part of life, and you deal with it, and hopefully you get better at it every time. So on to bigger and better things, right? So speaking of real shitty weeks, Valentine's Day is coming up. you guys have any big? That's on a Sunday, so I know I was supposed to have Monday off, but turns out I'm gonna have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off of next week. So do you guys have any big plans?
The first part of my day will be making sure that Goose doesn't, hang himself or drink himself crazy for being alone some more.
Thank you. You're too kind.
The middle part of the day will be probably trying to help him change his phone number because he's got a couple of crazies that'll probably be calling him up. And
why did you send me anything?
with more Snapchats.
Ouch.
But I think really, her and I will. Honestly, man. Well, men, we could be happy with a ham sandwich and a blowjob, but this one I think is
particular order,
right? Or at the same time. This one specifically, I think, is just going to be for us. It's more like a relaxation thing. We are going to go and find a place where we can just relax.
Oh, you were telling it's like you're looking for like a Korean spa or something like that, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that this weekend, as a matter of fact.
So is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds romantic.
I need to get that name from the place that you told me about because her name may not have been immediate.
I'm telling you, man, it's called foot therapy, and you walk in and they're like, it's super quiet, and you have to whisper, and they're like, oh, you wanted this off with the medium, and then so they, you kind of pick what you want, and then they lay you down, but you walk in, and like, I don't think I've ever waited more than 5 minutes there. The place is fantastic, and it's super cheap, and it's right next to a Domino's, so you've got like a dinner and like a really nice, therapy session, like right there.
Are you going to Thailand, or what is this?
It's the place is called Happy Endings.
Oh, right. No, everything's wide out in the open. It'd be a little weird if it was, because everything's you could turn your head and look at the guy next to you.
What are your big plans?
I'm going to enjoy being unemployed. No, I think
I've tried to use that excuse with you guys before. No, it didn't work for me. It's not going to work for you, buddy.
No, I did. So I sent, I've done everything for Valentine's Day already. I sent my daughter a big, bucket of chocolates and little puppy dog and all that other kind of shit. So she's good. I mean, it's all. I don't know, man. I may do something with what's her name, but other than that, and I got nothing. Like I said, and I got the next day off. So, so the original plan was we were there was this little bar down the street that we were gonna go like all hang out that night because we, President's Day, everybody had that day off, so we were just gonna get wasty faced. So I still may do that. So that's kind of my plan is to. What the Singles Awareness Day, I guess, is what the sad people call it whenever they don't have somebody on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So I don't know. Goose.
I got nothing. I'm not upset about that at all. I'm going to probably do nothing. There'll be no football on, and all the restaurants and everything out in town will be packed. So I'll probably just buy myself a nice little bottle of something on Saturday night and chill at home on Sunday and buy Netflix and chill with myself. Which I hope is 5 with, so.
How long do you get into Netflix and chill when you're with yourself?
I last a long time. I tend to fall asleep on the couch though, which is pretty embarrassing for anybody. For anybody, but
for the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no plans. I'm not going to try and surprise anybody. No, nobody even deserved to be surprised in mine. So I got nothing.
So far, I guess we're about 10 minutes into this, and I think I want to shoot myself. So I can imagine that anybody that's listening to this is probably super depressed by this point. So Jazz, are you buying anything? Because I think it was we were talking about this today, Goose. I think you were telling me a bunch of weird gifts and all that other kind of crap that like the weirdest gifts to get on not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, there, Chef.
Well, no, I thought he asked me a question, man. My bad.
I did. Are you buying anything?
Some numbers today, some numbers and some facts today. Just looking up some Valentine's Day, trivial kind of stuff we can talk about today, and some of the stuff that's actually for sale this year for Valentine's Day. I'll go through a couple of them that are kind of weird. There's actually if you go through mylababox.com, you can actually get your partner a gift card for STD tests. So that's an actual thing. I love you and I trust you, but go get your shit checked out.
So that's So I think that's probably one that's good year round, right? That's not necessarily reserved for
Valentine's Day exclusive, I guess.
That's not bad. I mean, so I know that's kind of the way of things, right? So there's like, is it a strip or something like fingernail polish or something that you can dip in your drink, and if it turns your drink a different color, that means that you've been roofied or something. That's a real thing. So we're getting there.
All right.
I don't know why we don't have condoms where as soon as you put it in, it's like this chick's got something. But I'm sure we'll get there.
That strip is the reason why I had to get married.
Found out, huh?
Yeah.
Look, hey, honey, guess what? You got herpes. I got herpes. Let's just make this thing official. What do you say?
The gift keeps on giving.
What else?
I'm in the Rooflin strip, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
I thought you meant the STD test. I learn more about you every day. And there was a pair of underwear. I don't even know what it's called. I couldn't find the name of it, but it was for two people. There was 4 leg holes, and you just like stand. You get in that thing, and then just man, I'm talking about evading your personal space, all kinds of ways.
What's the point?
That's actually a gift you can buy your significant other this year. A pair of. I'm gonna look it up because I want to know what the hell that is.
What would be the point of that, right? So if you're going to be in the same underwear, might as well just be naked, right?
Yeah, undies for two.
Undies for two? Is it like undiesfor2.com?
Let me read the description here, what it says. Undies for two. Oh my goodness, it's even free if you choose expedited checkout. All right, they're called Fundies, the underwear built for two. Makes getting dressed a little more fun. It's half the fun of getting into them, and the other half is up to you. Makes a great wedding or Valentine. Who the hell buys this shit for their? Hey, I saw this infomercial about wearing the same pair of underwear at the same time with you.
All right.
I really want to know what you think about it.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like that's something that I would. I'm gonna take to a baby shower or take to a wedding one day and be like, here, got you guys some fundies.
As a
Enjoy.
gag gift, perhaps, but I mean, like it's got 4.5 out of 5 stars, 39 customer reviews. Dare I read one?
Look at
Yes,
this.
please do.
Oh, let's see. Like the morning sun breaking through stormy night clouds, Undies for Two shines bright when you need it most. Feeling blue? This is retarded. Undies for Two. Looking for that edge to finally get the new promotion you've been busting your butt for? Undies for Two. No matter the issue,
Wow.
Undies for Two brings people together. No, I can't.
So maybe that's what I'll do. I mean, if you're looking for that promotion, maybe I'll just take it on my next job interview and be like, yo.
Well, maybe you should like.
How you doing?
You should.
Guess what? I got 2 extra legs. Let's hop in this thing and talk about it.
No, I couldn't get behind that one.
So Chef's showing me a picture, and it looks like they look like tidy whities, which I don't wear anyway. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what our fundies are. We may have to put a pic of this up on the page to go with this cast. There was a couple other they kind of just rolled into bad gifts you could get. It was along the lines of things you can't buy. I guess the mixtape or CD is out no longer. It's no longer the 90s. You can't woo her with a mixtape anymore.
That makes sense.
Vacuums, yeah. I mean, that was like 20 years ago for me. So, any kind of toaster or vacuum or any kind of appliance or thing that could be implied that she needs to work more around the house is obviously a bad idea.
Workout videos.
Gym membership was on there. Do not buy a gym membership. So,
hey, girl, I love you, but you fat.
Yeah, I definitely won't be surprised if anybody with a gym membership this year. A couple snuggle pillow, which had like 2 holes for your arms and then a log between you two. So I guess you could get super close, just not close enough. Matching clothes of any kind. You know how they make those festive holiday shirts that people can buy? I never understood those things. And then there's 2 that are candy and I want to go over the first one because it was sugar-free gummy bears. Have you guys heard anything about these?
Yeah.
Sugar-free gummy bears? Yeah.
Yeah, sugar-free gummy bears, right? Okay, well, I encourage you to perhaps in your free time, or maybe now I could look up a review on these things. I guess they can also be very, very disastrous and also be used for an immediate cleanse, if you know what I'm saying.
Put them in your butt or in your cooch?
No. You take them and they clean you out very, very fast.
I'm about to say, what just happened?
Let me see here. I'll read the customer review on these. Yeah, so they were on the no-go list. Let's see. I'll read just one paragraph. First of all, for the taste, I would rate these. This is by Christine. I'm not gonna give her last name, but first of all, for taste, I would rate these at a 5. So good, soft, true to taste, fruit flavors like the sugar variety. I was a very happy camper. But not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose. I had a gastrointestinal experience like nothing I've ever imagined. Cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning and some bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what was going on inside me. So sugar-free gummy bears were not well endorsed by the female species either.
She could have summed that up by saying, "I had the meat sweats."
She writes
via
a damn
gummy
novel.
bears.
It's pretty long. She writes a novel. There's even in bold caps, and it went on for hours. So I felt violated when it was over. It gets pretty good. There was stuff coming out of me that I ate at my wedding in 2005. We need to find her and have her on the show.
I was just about to say that.
That was awesome.
So
have you ever guys?
Go ahead.
I would say, so kind of off topic of that. So have you guys ever been so disappointed with something or something just screwed with you so bad that you're like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to the web, and just wrote big, long, you guys, this sucks, your product sucks, it made me sick, and just kind of went off on whatever it was?
I'd have to say no. I'm not that motivated. I just I think when I buy something, it's because I need it for my purpose, and 9 times out of 10, I mean, the people that go online and complain about it, they had a bad experience with it. But I mean, if it's universally bad, it's gonna become obsolete very quickly. So I would say I haven't done that myself.
You, Chef?
I did it. There was something that happened to me in the medical field as far as the military goes. I'm not going to say everything because I don't want to get myself in trouble here, but long story short is there I was getting screwed around by the medical area, and I wrote like a 2,000 word ICE review, which is not good for them. And 2 days later, I got what I wanted when it was supposed to take like 2 weeks. So it worked.
That's good. Not bad.
What about you?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm the kind of like it's whatever, man. I'm the guy that if I get the wrong order, I'm like, hey, man, I'll eat this again because I'll make myself hungry for anything. But you totally screwed this up. Oh wait, I take that back. So there's a food there's a food service that we have like in the area. It's called Caviar is what it is. But they'll do the local pickups, right, for restaurants that you typically, have to go to. They'll bring it up and they charge you whatever it is. So I went and I ordered from this taco place, and I ordered this burrito with rice and beans, and they show up with just a burrito. And I'm like, yo. And so they send you the email like, hey, how was your experience? And I gave them 3 stars out of 5, which 3 is like decent. Most people just be like, yeah, fuck these guys. I'm giving them 1 star. But I was like, yo, 3 stars. Here's what happened. Ordered a burrito, rice and beans, no rice and beans. And I got like an immediate response back. We're so sorry. We're going to refund you the money of the cost of rice and beans. So I guess I'll figure out how much rice and beans cost here pretty soon. And they actually gave me a credit. So I think this is the second time that this has happened. The first time I ordered food from this place, and you can actually track like when it's being delivered, and it'll give you, it'll show it up on a map, like where this guy's at. Right. So this food, it's on its way, and all of a sudden, the food just disappears.
Something that needs to be done, like they're timing when it's going to hit your mouth.
Right. Well, it's like you can track it. You can it's like what is it? Domino's has the pizza tracker. It'll tell you when they put it in the oven, when they check it, whenever they're delivering it. But this one even goes further and says, okay, here's a person that's delivering it, and they're like the icon will move as they're getting close to you. So the icon gets close to me, all of a sudden I get a notification, hey, your food's been delivered. So I'm like looking at my door, like maybe the guy can't get in. I walk out front, I'm like looking around my apartment complex, like this guy's got to be around here somewhere. 20 minutes go by, still didn't get my food. So by now it's been an hour. And so I call the place. I'm like, hey, this guy totally I don't know if he gave my food to somebody else or he just disappeared. They're like, I don't know. We'll figure it out and we'll call you back. They call me back 2 minutes later. They're like, apparently his phone shut off and he just disappeared. So I order this food and this guy just decides to take off with it. How genius is that? Like, you know what? I'm going to work for this place for a day. As soon as I find something that looks good, I'm out.
Somebody orders something that I want, I'm fucking done with this place.
The sad part is the sad part is I'm sitting there like dying laughing. I had to put the mic on mute. I could totally see Dave looking at this little icon coming his way and like messaging on the review saying, if you don't have my rice and beans, you better turn around, bitch. Go back.
I wish there was like something like, hey, look, bitch better have my rice and beans. So there was absolutely nothing. The guy just shows up. He's like, here, your food. And Goose, you've worked in the industry, and did you ever have something where you can do takeout orders? Because I know there's a lot of different services that you can. Yeah. Right. So typically you have to, you check it.
Yeah, you do.
Leave it up.
Quick QC and order review when they come in or whatever the case may be.
Right. So somebody dropped the ball on rice and beans.
Oh yeah. A lot of times, I mean, like we had the biggest problems during UFC fights or big sporting events when the restaurant would be packed and then people just wanted to call and grab and go, and they'd come in and we wouldn't review it, and then they could get home, oh, you forgot 20 wings or you forgot whatever, and then typically they're real assholes about it. So,
right.
I would totally not refund you for rice and beans at all, though.
Are you? I was really surprised. You're like, here's the deal. We're going to refund you the price of rice and beans, and we'll give you a $5 credit towards your next. When the guy took off with my food and completely disappeared, they're like, look, we're going to rush this order, and they wound up giving me the whole thing for free because, again, the guy got away with like $30 worth of sandwiches.
It wasn't just me.
It wasn't just me. It wasn't just me.
Yeah, no, sure.
Sure, man.
I had Brooklyn here. I had somebody else here. Like it was, it was like a family of
So
sandwiches.
him and his stoner buddies had a good meal that night. Hey everybody, this is the Goose with 6 Cents Talk Radio. If you like what you heard this week, then comment on our page on Facebook. It's called 6 Cent Talk Radio. We'll be here again, same bat time, same bat channel next week.